Where's the lying news agency of Nigeria? Are they here? Those liars and deceivers, are they here? That distort the news. You don't know what law is. You don't know what justice is. Where's the news agency of Nigeria? What are they? You don't know that God is a God of justice. You don't know that? That God in heaven is a God of justice. You don't know that?
So my people, as we talk right now, all eyes are on Abuja because the long-running case of Nnamdi Kanu has finally resumed, and the chief judge handling the matter has fixed November 4th to deliver judgment on whether to strike out the case completely or allow it to continue. This is the update everybody has been waiting for. It has brought new tension, fresh reactions, and a lot of questions about what will happen next. Now, before we go too deep, please make sure you like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any update as the judgment day approaches. Let's move together in this gist because there's a lot to unpack. You know, Nnamdi Kanu's story has been one of the most talked about in Nigeria for years now. He's the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, also called IPOB, and since his arrest and trial, the case has moved from one court to another, from one hearing to another, with different rulings, adjournments, and appeals. Many Nigerians, both his supporters and critics, have been watching to see how it will all end. This new phase began when Kanu's lawyers filed a motion asking the court to strike out all the charges against him. They argued that the charges have no legal foundation and that the whole case does not disclose any valid offense under Nigerian law. The government lawyers, on the other hand, are saying the charges are strong and that the court should continue the trial. Because of that disagreement, the judge decided to hear both sides properly and then give a final decision on November 4th. That date now carries a lot of weight. Remember to like this video and subscribe right now because we'll be following every step of that judgment. Now, what does it mean when lawyers say strike out the case? It simply means Kanu is asking the court to dismiss the case completely. If the judge agrees, it means the trial stops right there. No more prosecution on that same charge. But if the judge disagrees, then the case continues, and Kanu will still have to defend himself in court, so that one ruling can change everything. People are already talking. If the judge strikes out the case, Kanu could be a free man, at least for now. But if the judge refuses, the legal fight will continue. Some even say the government could appeal any ruling that goes against them. Either way, this November 4th decision will shape the next chapter of the story. Let's look at why this trial has lasted so long. Kanu was first arrested in 2015, released on bail. Then he left the country and was later re-arrested in 2021 and brought back to Nigeria. Since then, the court sessions have come and gone. There have been issues about bail, about jurisdiction, about how he was brought back to Nigeria. Many complicated points that lawyers love to argue. That's why you keep hearing about new motions and fresh rulings. Now that the judge is ready to decide whether to strike out the case, Nigerians are wondering if this could be the beginning of the end. Some people believe the court might finally want to draw a line and bring closure, while others think the case might still drag on because of how sensitive it is. At this point, tell me in the comment section, what do you think will happen on November 4? Do you think the court will strike out the case or continue the trial? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates. As the hearing resumes, security around Abuja has been tight. You know how this kind of case can attract attention. There are always supporters who want to show solidarity and others who come just to watch. The government, on its side, always wants to prevent anything that might turn into a protest or clash. So, security agencies are watching carefully, trying to keep things peaceful. For the ordinary people, what they want is peace and fairness. Many Nigerians say they are not against the court process. They just want it to be fair, fast, and without politics. They want to see that justice is done in a way that keeps the country stable. Let's take a moment here. If you're enjoying this gist, please like this video and subscribe so you'll always get notified when I drop new updates. Now, let's continue. The November 4th judgment will not only decide Kanu's fate in this particular motion, but it could also affect the mood in the southeast and other parts of Nigeria. Whenever there's a major decision in his case, it touches a lot of emotions. In some areas, people see him as a freedom voice. In others, they see him as someone who challenged the system too far. The court's decision, whichever way it goes, will surely cause reactions. Many political analysts have also been saying that how the government handles this case will tell a lot about how Nigeria treats issues of law and dissent. They say if the process is seen as transparent and lawful, it will build confidence in the justice system. But if people think it's politically influenced, it could create more division. That's why everyone, from journalists to lawyers, activists to international observers, is watching carefully. Another thing that's making people talk is how the chief judge will handle this moment. Some believe the court wants to show independence, that it can stand firm and decide purely on the law. Others are skeptical, but one thing is sure: the judge's words on November 4th will be studied and debated for a long time. And while all this is going on, let's not forget the human side of the story. Kanu has been in custody for years now, and his family and supporters have been calling for his release. On the other side, the government insists that the law must take its course, and that no one is above the law. These two positions have been clashing for years. So, if the court strikes out the case, you can imagine how emotional the reactions will be. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, because we'll be here to break down every word of that judgment when it comes out. Now, let's talk about what could happen next depending on the outcome. If the judge strikes out the case, Kanu might be released, but that doesn't always mean the end of everything. The government could appeal, and that process could take months again. If the judge refuses to strike it out, then the trial will continue, and the next sessions could bring more witnesses, more arguments, and more headlines. Some observers think the government might prefer to resolve things quietly, maybe through dialogue later. But for now, it's the court's move. This judgment is strictly a legal matter, and everyone must respect the rule of law, whatever the outcome may be. Please drop a comment right now. Do you think this case has lasted too long? Do you believe there's still a fair chance for justice to prevail? Let's hear your view, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you'll always get notified when the next gist drops. The truth is, This trial has become more than just a legal case. It has become a mirror of how Nigeria manages sensitive political issues. People are watching to see if we can separate law from emotion and politics from justice. And you know, these are the things that shape a nation's image before the world. Some supporters of Kanu have also said they hope the court will show mercy, while some security experts believe the government must follow through to discourage others from breaking the law. It's a tough balance between justice, peace, and national unity. That's why many say the judge's decision will be one of the most defining rulings in recent years. We'll continue following this, and when the judgment is given on November 4th, we'll break down every detail here on this channel. So, make sure you like this video right now, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. At the end of the day, everyone wants Nigeria to move forward peacefully. No matter what side you're on, it's important to let the law take its full course and to keep discussions respectful. The court will speak soon, and when it does, we all hope it brings more clarity, not more tension. So, that's the current situation. The Kanu trial has resumed, arguments have been made, and November 4th is the date everyone is waiting for. The big question is, will the chief judge strike out the case or continue it? We'll find out very soon. Tell me what you think in the comments. What outcome do you expect? And what do you think it will mean for Nigeria? Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. Because once that ruling drops, we'll be right here to bring you the full gist in simple language that everyone can understand.